That's all right. That's all right. Anyway, we got a big red dot. We're live. We had a great week last week. We had 2 episodes last week on the Holin None Podcast. Got to give a big shout out to Zach Maxwell again. Fantastic having him on. We drilled him after with even more questions, although really it was kind of amicable. We all had a great time chatting with him. So even after the pod finished. Zach, we're going to be chasing you up for that scramble. Word is you've been dodging us, going up north, playing in pro-ams, trying to avoid us. We're still super keen, and we really think that with the three of us, there is a small chance we can take you down. So looking forward to that too. We got a really good pod today. Obviously, Scottish Open last weekend was very exciting. Great finish. We also have the Open coming up this week, and the last major of the year, and one of my favorite majors as well. So looking forward to that. Um, I gotta say it's been a crazy up and down week for me in my golf world. Um, I thought I was hitting the ball well, and then on Sunday when I played, wasn't hitting it well. I don't know how you boys are going, but man, lately I've just felt like it's been a roller coaster.
I'm on that roller coaster with you. I think watching. I was there with you on Sunday. Obviously, played very averagely. While two of the other boys played well. I guess you can't always be your day, right? It's got to be other people's day every now and then. But yeah, no, I'm excited for the pod today. Scottish recap and a bit of a preview of the Open. Bit of trivia to get through and a bit of bets to go. So today's going to be a good one.
Hayden High Tees, I heard that you had a good little stretch of golf the other day.
Yeah, this afternoon. Just I was telling you earlier, I got my first double birdies in a row in consecutive holes, which is a big deal for me. A wise man named Shanky Watts once told me that birdies are a bonus. So it's nice to get a little double bonus like that. It set me off for a good round, and yeah, it was a good one. It was fantastic.
Back-to-back birdies are just a thing of
Rare.
beauty.
Yeah, and
you won't
just
forget that for a
on
while.
Zach too. On Friday after the pro-am, he had a couple of beers in him, so he was pretty confident. But the last thing he said to me when I said goodbye was like, "Don't forget to hit me up for that scramble, boys."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's thinking of it. We're in his head.
Okay. Well, we said the first one would be at Virginia, so we'll go easy on him at the start. Maybe start him off with a win to build up his confidence, and then we'll destroy him at Nudgy.
Yeah, break him down.
Break him down. Danny Bidness doing the trivia this week. We're going to start off. He says he's got a bit of something different. So, Danny, over to you.
Yeah, well, on the back of the Scottish Open, and obviously the Open being in England this week, a couple of sort of maybe Scottish-based questions, but they're all golf related. So when you boys are ready, feel free to send me the message on Messenger like we always do. But kicking off with the first question today. So Scotland's the birthplace of golf, but what town was our boy Bobby Mack born in? It's a multiple choice. So Bobby Mack, the Scottish golfer, was he born in Oban, Stirling, or Dundee? All three well-known Scottish towns. Bobby Mack put it on a show for us this week.
I'm not going to spell any Scottish words, by the way. I'm just going to put A, B, or C for those.
Yeah, that's right.
They're
so
difficult.
What we've got is Shanky Watts coming through with the right answer. So he was born in Oban or Oban. I'm not sure how you say it. Probably mispronounced that, just like you just said.
Just on that, the only reason I knew that is because I work with a guy from Scotland, and we were talking about the Scottish Open on the weekend, and he knows, well, I don't know how well he knows McIntyre, but he said that was his course and that's where he's from, and he says he still goes back there to this day to talk to like the patrons, and even though he's like an amazing golfer, just to chat with the locals. So it's the only reason I knew that one.
Sorry about that one.
Seems like a good bloke, Bobby Mack.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, awesome. So 1-0 to Shanky. So question number 2. So Bobby Mack is the top ranked Scottish golfer who is also left-handed. Tell me, who is the highest ranked left-handed golfer in the world at the moment? And bonus points if you can tell me where Bobby Mack is. So left-handed golfers, who's the highest ranked left-handed golfer in the OGWR currently? And then where would McIntyre sit on that list for a bonus point?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? I was a bit, it took a while, this question.
Okay, I'll start with this.
Left-handed golfers. They put me off every time I play with them, but bit of a different breed. Left-handers always have an advantage in sport, I reckon.
All right, I'm gonna put
Give it
that.
true, it's not Robert McIntyre. He's not ranked first. I'll give you that for free.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm gonna guess.
shot in the dark
Okay.
for that. And then
Shot
the
in the
other
dark.
So
the other one.
not his actual rank, but where does he rank amongst left-handers? Is the bonus
Oh,
point. Yeah. So who's the top left-hander in the world currently?
Yeah.
And then where does he rank amongst left-handers?
Okay.
All right. So I got the answers through from high tees. So
I'm
you don't have a stab at the top ranked.
I am. I'm just
I'm gonna need your answer, mate. We're gonna get a countdown going.
I don't want it to be him, but I'll put him.
I want it to be him. All right. So we've got from Shanky, he thinks that Phil is the top ranked left-hander.
He's not.
And
He's
from
not.
high tees, we got Bubba. Both wrong. It's actually it is actually Brian Harmon, who is also ambidextrous. Brian Harmon is the top ranked left-handed golfer. It used to be Bubba recently before he went to live and fell down the ranks dramatically. And Robert McIntyre is the second highest ranked left-hander. So there you go. Mr. Highties gets that one. So we're at 1-1.
Did you say second?
Left-handed, he's the second best left-hander
Yes.
in the OGWR.
There's not many of them, so I was like, far
There
out.
is not many, and it took a long time for me to. You get down to past 50 before you start getting to the left-handers. So,
yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Only 5% of PGA golfers are left-handed. How many have won a major?
Jeez, this is just all about left-handed golfers. So how many left-handed golfers have won a major?
Have won a major.
Are we
I'll give
counting?
you a clue, it's single digits.
Are we counting the amount they've won, or just
No,
the person?
different left-handers that have won a major.
Yeah.
I can name 2, but we'll see.
Yeah, easily 2.
If you can name them, if you can name all of them, I'll give you a bonus point. We're sitting at 1-1.
God, there'd be some older ones that
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember their names.
Yeah. I got
I
the
feel
answer
like
from
7.
Mr.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not even gonna go for the bonus point.
Alrighty, so we've got Hayden at 4 and Shanky at 5. The correct answer is indeed 4.
He's got Google open. Someone check this guy.
I just figured Bubba,
direct
Phil,
answers.
and then surely there's like 2 more. That's
Yeah,
literally
so
what I
Bubba
thought.
and
in
Phil-
my
Literally
head.
what I did, but I'm like, sure, there's 3 more.
Bubba and Phil for a bonus point. Can anyone name one of the other 2? You're definitely not going to get one of them. Nah.
Valencia.
No. So it's Bob Charles, Mike Ware is one I thought you might get.
Oh,
Phil
is Mike
Mickelson
left?
and Bubba Watson. Yep. So we got 2-1 to Mr. Highties. Now, the next one we're going to do is slightly different. So what I'm going to do is you get 1 turn each and you get 2 strikes. You have to name. So Simon's going to go first. Hayden's going to go second. You need to name a golfer and their position in the top 10 current world rankings. So you have to tell me the name of the golfer and what spot they are in the top 10, whatever order you want. If you get it wrong, that's 1 strike. 2 strikes, you're out. Does that make sense? So we're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1. So whoever gets it, gets it. So Shanky, you might start with whoever you like and tell me what position they are. Last man standing gets the point.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Pretty.
Sure.
Top 10 golfers in the world currently. You have to tell me who they are and what rank they are.
Scotty Scheffler, number 1.
There you go. Over to you, High Tees.
Rory, number 2.
There you go. You don't have to do them in sequential order, but you can do
number 3. It's just the easiest way to do it.
Number 3. There you go. No strikes yet.
Paddy Cantley's 4.
Paddy Cantley is 4.
All right, this is where I'll start to fall off here. I don't trust the rankings, so I don't memorize them. All right. Let's go Max Homa.
Yep.
Number 8.
Yes, got it. There you go. No strikes still. Hayden, you're up.
I can't believe I got that. I can't believe I got that.
They mentioned a few of them. I think Victor's inside. Victor's got to be 5.
Victor Hovland is indeed number 5. There you go. So we've got 6, 7.
Did he come up?
No. We've got 6, 7, 9, and 10 to go. So Shanky, 6, 7, 9, or 10. Who you getting?
Oh golly.
I know for a fact one.
You get 2 strikes. 6,
Uh
7, 9, and 10. Who you got?
I think Zalatoris is out of the top 10 now, so I don't think he's there.
Okay.
He better not be. He's been off for too long. I don't know if Brooks cracked the top 10 with his last recent plays.
Who you got? 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Oh, no, he's not anymore. Cam Smith, number 10. Cam Smith, number 10.
Cam Smith is there, but he's not number 10. So 1 strike.
You can't tell him that. Now he's going for him.
Well, it's pretty obvious he's there. ITs, what do you got? 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Xander's there. He's going to be 6.
Xander's show plate is number 6. There you go. Back to you, Shanky. Last strike.
Yeah.
Get this one wrong and you're out. So you got 7, 9, and 10.
7, 9, and 10. All right. Cam Smith. We'll go Cam Smith again. I'll double down on Smithy.
Yeah.
7.
He's right.
Cam Smith is number 7.
He's
there
right.
you go.
Oh,
So we've
my
just got
God.
9 and 10. So Hayden, if you can get one of these, you're going to win because Shanky's got a strike. But can you get 9 or 10? You're going to need an answer.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, man. Just thinking.
What do we got?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go like Tony Finau 10.
Tony Finau is not number 10. Shanky,
I'm gonna
time
go.
to bring it back.
I have a feeling Sam Burns, number 10.
Sam Burns is not number 10. That's 2 strikes. You're out.
Oh, I know who's 10.
Who?
Wyndham Clark.
Wyndham Clark is number 10.
Because he came in last. I think he came in last week.
Number 9 is Mr. Matty Fitzpatrick.
Is he 9? Really?
Yep, he's number 9, Matt Fitzpatrick. So Hayden's taking an unassailable lead. The final question doesn't even need to be asked.
Where was Tony Finau?
Ask the
Like,
I
question.
don't know. I've just got the top 10.
Ask the question. All or nothing. Ask the question.
Well, the last question was going to be, so there we go. So Hayden's is winning unassailable lead. Last question was 10 years ago, right? Again, name me 2 golfers that were inside the top 10 outside of Tiger Woods.
Rory McIlroy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hayden?
Adam Scott.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You said name 2. I named
Okay.
2.
Yeah, Rory and Adam, 2. Yep. Hayden, can you give me 2 as well?
I mean, it's going to be pretty hard because he took 2, but I'm going to go. I think 10 years ago, Jason Day.
No, Jason Day wasn't. I'll give you a clue. 2 of them are playing. Well, 3 of them are playing in the tournament this weekend.
I mean, maybe Phil.
Ricky.
Phil, yep, Phil's one.
Ricky.
And Jordan Spieth.
No. So I'll just tell you straight off the bat. Hayden won anyway. So 1 was Tiger Woods. 2 was Rory McIlroy. So Rory's still the same rank he was 10 years ago. 3 was Justin Rose. 4, Adam Scott. 5, Matt Kuchar. 6, Graham McDowell. 7, Brandt Snedeker. 8, Phil Mickelson. 9, Luke Donald. And 10, Louis Oosthuizen. Louis Oosthuizen 10 years ago. It's in the top 10.
Luke Donald was the man for a while there.
He was. There you go. So that's the quiz over. Heidi takes it away.
Take it away. That's fine. Not bad trivia. I thought there'd be more questions about the Open. It's been.
It was, but then I got carried away with the left-handers a little bit.
All right. Well, good trivia.
Left-handers just gets me going.
Good trivia nonetheless. So, guys, what did we think about the Scottish Open? I mean, an absolutely. It seemed like an extremely hard course. I was actually surprised they went as low as they did. But man, I thought it was great to watch. And not only was it great to watch, it was a great time to watch here in Australia.
Yeah.
I watched.
That's got to be the best thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Was the time. It was if for me it was almost too early, which is like the opposite of what it normally is, because I had my parents over, we had family around, so I couldn't sort of Normally when the golf starts at 7, 8 o'clock, it's like, okay, I'm having quiet time now. 5 o'clock, everyone's still around, right? But it was great. It was great to see. It was great to see a Scottish guy actually be in contention, and some of the absolute best shots that we've seen all year in some of the hardest conditions we've seen all year as well.
Yeah.
The on the coverage though, just mentioning, I saw the Open coverage starts at 3 p.m. our time. Like they won't tee off for hours, but like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that it's a great course. I think it's a great warm up for them. I actually think potentially that course might even be harder than the Open. I think it might blow harder. You know, it's still links golf. I know it might be set up a bit harder, but with that wind, man, I don't know if it's gonna blow that hard in
I checked the weather
Liverpool.
forecast, and in Liverpool, it looks like, at least on the first day, it maxes out around 20, 21 kilometer an hour winds. These guys had like 60 mile an hour winds or something stupid. Like it was outrageous.
I think Liverpool's more crowd or more surrounded, right? Than this was like on the edge of the earth, basically, right?
Well, Liverpool's on the coast, where Liverpool's
but it's not like this was just like we spoke about it before, right? Rory hitting an 8-iron, 120 meters or whatever it had to be. Actually, that's another thing that I really loved about this footage was that they showed the distance in yards and meters. So I really appreciated that, and I think obviously because of where it was, they did that. But I think that they should do that more often. So that because golf is now a global game, it's not just American game, right? We should be seeing, because John Rahm uses meters when he's with his caddy, so why can't we see it? And I absolutely loved it because I'm always trying to do math in my head about what I would hit, and and then it was good to have it there, like, oh, okay, yeah, I actually do know what I would.
Yeah. The creativity side of it with the weather, and that it's just made that really, really interesting. I couldn't watch it every week, but like it was like a freak show for some of it. Like men hitting that 220 meter pitching wedge, and just then the opposite with Rory, and just that kind of stuff's crazy. They have to be creative. They've got to think about it, and there's an element of luck. It's amazing just seeing them like launch it and see what happens.
Yeah, the old chip and run was the recommended go-to. Don't hit it high, just chip and run it up to the flag, and a lot of them got punished when they did try to hit their normal pitch shots. So it was really cool to see. And on your point, Dan, with what did you mention before? Meters. Yeah. I think DP does that, but I'm actually surprised because I think in that area of the world they still do use yards. They don't use meters in the UK. I'm pretty sure they use yards. So
in golf,
good.
Only in golf. I think. Yeah. Only in golf. They're completely metric otherwise.
Yeah, it was and again we talk about like them having to hit the low shots, none more so than Rory on that second last shot of the day, right?
Yeah,
hitting his what was it? He hit his 4-iron super low or his 2-iron super low.
Yeah.
And he said afterwards that he took his 3-iron out of the bag at the start of the week, and that would have been the perfect club. I would argue that whatever club he used was the perfect club because he got as close as he could have possibly gotten. But yeah, just keeping it low. And that shot you sent through Hayden of the person on the must have been on the green taking a video of it.
The grandstand, yeah.
Just an absolute all-time view of that shot. That was amazing. And not only moments before, Bobby Mack did the what was it, a 5-iron or 3-wood out of a 5 hybrid or a 3-wood out of the rough for a similar result.
How about Bobby Mack though going 6 under on his last day when everyone else is struggling?
I wanted him to win, but I also wanted Rory to win. I feel like that they were happy either way, the fans. I don't think they were too disheartened. It wasn't like a Scotty Scheffler took it off him. But yeah, seeing Rory win something was good. But it would have been, I would have probably preferred Bobby Mack to win that and then Rory to win the Open, but we'll see.
I mean, Rory's only wins this year have been on the DP World Tour. I mean, is maybe he shouldn't be playing on the PGA? Maybe it's not his cup of tea.
No, is that what you reckon?
He might not be there yet.
At least the field was decent. Like
make room for Fleetwood.
In the Hero Challenge, and then obviously this one that he won, like the field was pretty good. So
yeah,
you can't argue the best of the world.
To me, with the Bobby Mack on the last day, like I probably would have felt a bit ripped off. I feel like he deserved it on that day, but like that was tailor made to a Scottish. He probably grew up in the shitty conditions his entire life, so that day was potentially set up for him. But this is quoting Dan again, like Rory just went out and got it. And he stood there on the 18th tee and he went away from the ball about 3 times because it was gusting in his face. Do you see that when it was gusting at him? And he walked away and it gusted and he walked away and gusted and walked away. So he knew what he had to hit. He had the shot in his head and he was going to smash it. And as soon as the elements led him, he went out and got it. And
I'll say this though, I don't think he went out and got it. I think he had it, and then he gave it away, and then he had to get it back.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
He went 4 under on the back. He went 4 under on the back 9. I would say he got it.
He went out 2 in a row, didn't he, on the front?
In the front
yeah,
9.
I think he 8 and 9 bogeys.
4 under. So we talk about guys going out and getting it. Again, if McIntyre won, he would have got it too because he had a 64 on the last day. Him and Rory were the only 2 guys that didn't hit over 70 all weekend. So either one of them deserved it. Like I get what you're saying about Bobby played really well on that day, but he played really well all weekend. But both of them went and got it. But Rory knew exactly what he had to do, and he executed it to absolute perfection.
Yeah, it was
except
class.
for the front
I want
nine.
to see that. I want to see that shot.
He didn't do
with,
anything on the
the
front nine.
Celine Dion Titanic music with the 2
Yeah.
irons. That'd just be epic. Like
That's the difference between like
pure class.
leading in the clubhouse and then chasing a lead, right? I feel like chasing a lead would be easier because you know exactly what you have to do. And Rory had the safety of knowing that if he didn't quite get that 2 iron as good as he did, he could still 2-putt for a playoff. And if you're betting Rory against McIntyre in a playoff, you're taking Rory 100 times out of 100, right? In those conditions. So it's a bit like I feel like Robert he played really, really well and he did the best that he absolutely could, but just not enough.
Like I said before, I thought Rory was done after the front 9. He wasn't striking it well. He wasn't playing well. He's bogey. He's making mistakes. Even on the first couple of tees where he scrambled for some pars. I think he bogeyed the first hole too, actually. But
Second hole, yeah.
Like one of the first one, it was just like it was hard to watch, and I thought he was giving away after that front 9. But then when he just came back with the momentum, and maybe it was the chase, because like a player like me, like once I'm playing that bad on the front 9, losing the lead, that could destroy me mentally, and I wouldn't get better, and I'd probably play even worse. But the fact that Rory was able to do that, I was pretty impressed. And yes, he went out and got it.
And there's a bit of a macabre sense to what I'm about to say, but something about this, I wanted to see someone like Brooks out there that weekend, whole weekend, mic'd up with the camera on him the entire weekend, and just watch him melt down at the weather, and just like it's not Florida, it's not pure, it's knee deep, the wind in your face, the rain, the sleet, the hail. Just I could just imagine Brooks would melt down.
I mean, we basically got that from Hatton on the last day. Every single hole at the end of it, he was talking to himself, and he was doing hand actions of where the ball was supposed to go.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't pull it together.
And the wind, he was like, I remember he missed that putt. It was like a meter, and he missed it, and he was like, wind, and it's like, yes, Tara, we know it's windy.
He said it blew him over, and it's like it's someone else's fault. You tell you, the guy who I would have loved to have seen out there, obviously, was Cam Smith, right? Cam Smith, I reckon, would have eaten this course alive. And he would have been up there with the two winners, or the top two guys for sure. It's a shame that maybe next year we'll see it.
Yeah, look, I hope next year they let them play select events like this, especially if they're not, if the PGA decides that, okay, the guys in the PGA only get to play the elevate events, no guys from Live get to play that. But if Live decide I want to play certain events on my off weeks, I think they should also be allowed to, if they qualify, right? Like you can't just
agree.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys can all come back, but you have to go and play Barbasol and John Deere and the Mexico Open and the Swedish Open. And then you guys have got to get back and earn your FedEx Cup points to get back into the elevated events. I love that.
Yeah.
And absolutely. I would watch every one of them. I'd watch Sergio hate his life at John Deere. I would love it.
I would, to be honest, probably get a bit fatigued, because then we're oh geez, that was a great unison sip there you guys just had. I would love to see the boys do that, but then I think I'd also get golf fatigue, because I'd want to watch every event every weekend, and it would be hard. And then what they'd say, there would be people out there saying, those guys shouldn't be playing these events because this is for the other guys to prove themselves, like it's not an elevated event. Well, I mean, if you want to be the best, you got to play against the best. So it should elevate your game anyway.
Yeah, and you're left. They can earn it back.
Yep, absolutely.
Go with John Deere.
So back to Bobby Mack. Do we think that he's gonna win The Open. Do we think he's set up to win the Open?
Now, this was his swan song. Not swan song. This was his event. Didn't quite make it, and that was him done for the year, but like in a good way. It was good to see him.
I think we mentioned Bobby Mack last week for some reason. We might have.
We were talking about the best. We were talking about the best Scottish player. Actually, there was three Scottish players in the top
shit,
12.
Right, like that's fair to say. Bobby Mack's been pretty shit for the last 6 months. He's struggled, so it just suited him, right?
But he's not struggling now.
It's not gonna.
It's a links course. Similar to Wyndham. You know, he was shit for a while until he finally broke through.
Yeah, I just don't think that a major is his thing. I think that like I said, I think that he had a really good weekend. It was good to see him compete, and he might compete again in the future, but I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon.
Okay.
Shout out to Foxy being the top Oceanic golfer this weekend. T12 to Foxy, he pulled that together at the back end of his round.
We were talking about him today. I was talking about Foxy today with Darren on the phone, and he was and I was trying to explain the way that Foxy plays golf. He doesn't. I'm sure Foxy's never hit a half shot in his life.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? And he's so dynamic and so aggressive. You know, he can hit a 2-iron further than half the field's drivers, and he's just a weirdo.
He was doing badly on the front nine, because remember we were talking about how he was pushing himself out, and he was 3 over through 9, and then he birdied 16 and 17, which I think a lot of the guys couldn't birdie. Like they were the unbirdieable holes, 16, 17, 18 with the harder holes, right? And he's come back and gone 3 under the back 9 for an even finish. But good on him, bringing it together.
A little bit of that distance thing. Like I know that he hits a low flight, which probably suits him. And the distance makes up for a lot of shortcomings sometimes, and I think that probably helped him a fair bit.
Yeah, and then just Scotty Scheffler getting a T3 for no reason.
Actually, saw Daniel Hillier floating around too.
Yeah,
he missed the cut, didn't he?
No, he didn't. No, he was doing quite. He was doing quite well. He was beating Minwoo Lee for a while, but I think he struggled the last day. I think he shot a couple over the last day, which brought him, I think, to just under par or something.
He went 2 under for the tournament in the last 2 rounds. He went 72, 72. So he went 4 over the last 2 days. Hit a double bogey on 15 on the last day. Yeah, so he struggled a bit. But yeah, I mean, for him, the T54 is probably not the worst result.
Not at all.
He beat Justin. He beat JT.
Yeah. It's not surprising these days. Sorry, JT, man. We love you, but what's going on?
JT looked good on the range. Before the pod, I was watching on the range, and JT was there with Spieth, and all it's their practice day today, obviously. All the big names were on early. The only big name at the end of the day by himself. Everyone playing with partners, 2s, 3s, 4s. The only guy by himself at the third last tee time, John Rahm. Teeing off by himself, no one around him, surrounded by plumbers and builders. So I don't know what that is.
I don't know how to talk about Rahm at the moment.
Yeah, but on Rahm, quickly, Rahm's deal he signed today with Callaway. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
So big money, big time frame, but an equity portion in Callaway.
Do you reckon that might have been brokered by the PGA or the powers that be at PIF? Maybe bit of compensation for not getting paid by Liv.
The interesting part of that I find is Callaway's got probably the third best field of team athletes. Xander, Sam Burns, Min, all of them. What does it mean when these guys sign up? Xander's going to want equity because Xander's,
So you reckon the Callaway team's better than the Titleist team?
Of current form, probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, current form, yeah. Like names, you'd probably look at the names and go, nah, not really. But yeah, I'd say so. If JT was playing better and Spieth was, they're a little bit off. Home has been a bit off.
Yeah, Cam Smith though. Actually, Strixon's been doing really well in their results.
Yes, they have. Correct. Keegan, the man.
Keegan.
But yeah,
Wyndham.
Look,
not Wyndham.
It's very interesting. It reminds me of what happened in rugby league a while ago, where they were taking like backloaded deals. They get paid less to begin with, and then everyone else was doing it, and then there's and then what is it like bonuses now? Like, I mean, obviously they got bonuses loaded in. They get paid on their world ranking for what that's worth, but quite interesting.
The equity is such a good move for him. I just can't help but feel that it was a bit of a bit of compensation for missing out on what might have been one of the bigger deals.
It's a full bag too, so not like 14 clubs or 11 clubs. It's like full bag umbrella.
Yeah.
Fucking,
He gets an umbrella?
Everything's branded. Rory has a tailor-made umbrella. That's in the deal. I don't know. It just raises some eyebrows for me. You got Scotty, you got Rory. What are their next deals look like? Because this is new. Equity cut into a manufacturer is huge.
I mean, do they want that? Do they care? Well, Scotty might. I doubt Rory does. I mean, the man is he sleeps on just dollar bills. He doesn't need more money.
He does. So pretty interesting.
Well, on that point though, talking about the teams, right? So that's happening. Do you think that there's any talk if PJ is talking to, because Dan was saying he thinks PJ brokered this deal for Rom?
I don't think that. I'm saying maybe. It sounds like it could be.
That means you're thinking about it. So what I'm saying is, do you think that in this new deal with the PIF, do you think that they're looking to get rid of the teams they currently have and bring in the big brands and run teams like that? I know Greg doesn't think so, but
I would love to see it. Yeah.
I did. Yeah. I actually wrote down all the players and how it would look, and it's pretty strong across the board. It starts fading off at Cobra. But
what they would do is like they do in F1, you'd have like TaylorMade would have their top 4 guys, and then they'd have like, some company sponsored by TaylorMade would have another team. So it'd be like, Target sponsored by
TaylorMade Distance Plus.
Like Alfa Romeo in F1, right?
Here we go. I actually wrote them down. I was planning something to do a little segment for us. Tight list: Homer, Smith, Zalatoris, Spieth, Thomas, Young, Sanjay. TaylorMade, obviously, Morikawa, Rory, Scheffler, Fleetwood, DJ, Wolf, Nelly Korda, adding some ladies in there, obviously. You got your Callaways, your Rahm, Xander, Burns, Kirk, Siwoo Kim, Taylor Gooch, Leishman, Minwoo, Answer, and Dan's favorite Grillo. You got Cobras, you got your Fowler. I'm going to throw Justin Rose in there because he's got some Cobra clubs. Gary Woodland and Lexi Thompson. It starts falling off a bit.
DeChambeau? Does DeChambeau still with Cobra?
No. I think he's hitting TaylorMade at the moment, but he's not part of it. He's got
I think he's got a mixed bag at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's got a deal. But then you got your Strickson, which is Hideki, Lowry, Keegan Bradley, Brooksy, Foxy. Like Strickson's good, man. And then you could probably, arguably add in your Cleveland boys into there. I don't know if anyone actually adds Cleveland clubs, but and then Ping.
Probably just the wedges.
Ping is the wild card, right? Here's Ping, Sahith, Cam Champ, Harris English, Finau,
Hovland,
Tyrrell Haddon, Hovland, Sebastian Munoz, Neiman, Mido, Oosthuizen, Bubba. Like Ping, I think Bubba. Anyway, Ping goes quite deep, so you could get arguably 6 teams together, depending if Cobra has someone hidden in the cupboard.
I reckon they do 4 players from each, and then they just sponsor other teams. Back to the Scottish Open though. I was looking at the people who missed the cut, and just going from our bets that we did last week, I had Cantlay for a T20. Cantlay was paying $1.80 to make T20, and he missed the cut. What's going on there?
Didn't suit him.
It's the slow play. It's the Reddit. It's the social media. It's just destroying his confidence.
Absolutely not. He's stoic. It just didn't suit him. That guy doesn't have a personality or feelings or tears.
Justin Rose, another miscut for Justin Rose. I mean, it should have suited him.
Not surprising. Not surprised with Justin Rose.
That could have been 20 years on the PGA Tour.
There's a lot of Americans here too, which I guess makes sense when you say it just didn't suit him. But I don't know. I just thought that he was.
I mean, I guess put it in our backyard, right? So bring someone that we know to Nudgee on a Sunday afternoon when it's blowing 30 k's an hour. They've got no chance. If they didn't know what they're in for, it'd smoke them. And this is like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I mean, at least.
Like Tom Kent's ball was moving. Like when he was trying to putt it, the ball just started rolling away from him. Like
that was funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I had for that. I just wanted to make note of Adam Scott as well. Adam Scott, Matt Fitzpatrick, big names missing the cut. Cam Davis.
Yeah, I was surprised at Adam Scott. He's usually a pretty good links player. I was surprised he didn't make it, but he started off strong this year, and he's kind of fallen off slowly as the year has gone on. But look, it's still next week is anyone's game, and next week is the Open. Everyone's going to bring their A game. I don't know about you guys, but I've looked at the course and I'm really excited. I remember back in the day watching this with my dad when I was young, and I didn't give crap about golf, and I would I knew who Tiger Woods was back then, and I didn't know any other golfers. And then I remember in 2014 when Rory won it, I remember there. So I'm quite excited to see them play this course again. I'm quite excited to see if Cam Smith can hold his form. I would love to see the guy go back to back. I think that would be amazing for Australia. But very interested to see your take this week. Anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're excited about?
I'm looking forward to the new 17th. That thing is terrifying. I watched Iona Stevenson play it. I think I sent you guys a video maybe with the head greenskeeper of Royal Liverpool. It is terrifying, man. It plays about 92 meters for us, but they're going to make the pros hit about 140. It's on a hill. It's on a tabletop where the ball lands. You can't see. There's bunkers either side that roll off to it, and the front, there's a huge sand pit that goes into it with a false front that if you hit it with too much backspin, it rolls all the way down into this huge sand pit in front of it. It looks terrifying. It'd probably suit us better because we don't spin the ball as much as the pros, but like they've got to hit these 140 meter shots and they have to stop.
Danny Business rips it, mate. Danny rips.
Well, then enjoy your false front, buddy, because that's where you will end up.
Oh, I do.
The 17th, I'm super excited for. It's freshly designed, brand new. Rory's never played it until about an hour ago when I watched him hit his first shot on it.
Is it a new hole, did you say?
Yeah. They redesigned it.
It's a brand new hole. It's basically a brand new hole. Yeah. And I watched. I didn't see Iona play it, but I watched Patrick Harrington play it. He actually seemed to par it quite easily, but he was probably playing it a bit more forward. But it looks, and he went around. He looked around the green. He said there actually is more room than you think on the back. So the back is actually not too bad. Like if you were to go long. But yeah, stay away from all the bunkers. They're deep. They're daunting.
There's one particular bunker to the right, looking at that's like 10 feet from the green level. It goes down and then into the bunker, and it's one of those like linksy bunkers. And Iona Stevenson went in there and she had to get out with her wedge. She managed to get out, blew way past the hole. It looked terrifying. It was like
was there a video of Xander playing that bunker? Because there was another really tough bunker that Xander's playing out of. It looks steep and hard, and he hit it really, really well. But I think the question was, how many would this take you to get out of?
Yeah, it looked terrifying.
Weeks.
Shane Lowry ended up in there before we started the pod. He had a shot, pushed it out into there, and so I don't know how Shane went. But.
Do we think that there'll be some movement on the board on the final day on the 17th? And do you think that might be a heart or two broken on the 17th?
I hope the weather drops down on the last day.
Personally, I don't think the 17th is going to be the make or break hole. I think 14. I think it's 14 plays really hard. I'll be interested in the stats when we actually watch that tournament and to see where people are actually struggling. But I think the whole course is going to be hard. I think I don't think unless they put the pins in easy positions, move the tees up, whatever they want to do, like that's the only way this course will be easier. I think to get on any green, hold a green, get it where you need to be, and then make the putt for birdie is going to be extremely hard.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the 18th. Like this is one thing that I didn't quite like about I think it was Oak Hill, that like 17 is not a hole that you can maybe attack. 18 is definitely not a hole that you can attack. Like it's 609 yards, par 5, internal OB down the entire right fairway. Like we're talking like fairway, first cut, OB. And it's like there's this little brick fence that and then goes off to the right. So like someone like Rory could maybe fade it over the corner, but like that's going to be, there's no way you get there in two.
And just the mental side of that too, like that's like the old course on the 17th or 18th, right, where you have to literally hit it over the out of bounds on the play. It's just the you can hit a ball straight, right?
Or over the hotel.
Yeah. You have to do it. Like everyone has to do it basically, and it's terrifying to think that your ball has to come back in from out of bounds. You don't want to be anywhere. Like you play this game to avoid those areas. You don't like to play into them ever. So just the mental side of that can be pretty hard.
Someone is going to ruin their year on the 18th. Someone's going to do it. There's going to be a big push hook push fade, straight OB, and they're going to just be cooked.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not any of our picks this week.
Yes.
And on that note, I might head it over to Danny Business.
Yeah, let's jump into the picks from last week. So last week we actually had a couple of wins. We all had one win each actually, which was good. Foxy and Bobby Mack obviously did it for me. Top 40, even though he almost won it. And
one
Foxy
of my
top
players
20.
didn't even play. That was great.
Hayden picked
Second week in a row.
Yeah, bold strategy picking Morikawa, who wasn't even in the country. But it is what it is. Hayden also got the Foxy Minwoo Lee combination. And then Shanky Watts got Mr. Fleetwood for T20. So the leaderboard's changed not at all. We're still in the same order, but the numbers have changed. So ITs are still winning it at 155.30 in the positive. Shanky's coming second at $17.80 in the negative. And I'm coming last at $136.40 in the negative. But I did manage to get $100 off the Foxy Bobby Mack combo there. So what we're going to do for the Open this week.
Just on that, just before we get into this week's Open, I just want to say my T10, T20, and T30 picks were almost perfect except for JT, man. Yep. JT, man.
Well, mine was
Xander
was top 10 for me until the end, and then he got a couple bogeys and then fell out. But otherwise, mine was good as well. But it's that's the trick in those multis.
I feel like JT's a fair weather golfer, like can't lay.
Yeah, well, at Morikawa doesn't even show up. All right, so this week we're gonna do our Open bets. We got six bets this week for the Open. Hayden, you've already done your odds because the odds are out this week, which is great. So we're going to do outright, top English, T10, T20, leader after day one, and then to miss the cut. So I might start with you, Mr. High Tees, if you've got your odds, if you want to rattle them off and give me the odds as you go.
Cool. I don't have the odd for this one because we just added it, but I'm going to start with the cut.
Yep.
To get cut, Cam Young.
Not
happy with him. I think he's got no chance.
He's got no chance, you reckon?
No, I reckon he's almost a lock for the cut.
The young Aussie golfer has got no chance.
Yep. So I'm gonna go leader from day one.
Yes.
And outright.
Cam Smith.
So Cam Smith outright is $15, and leader day one is $29.
Cam Smith. Alrighty, hold on. Let me just get into here. So you reckon he's going to go wide, or what do you reckon?
No, probably not. There's a lot of movement there, but I think that he'll be leading day one, and I think he'll go.
So it was 15 for outright, and what'd you say to Mr. Cup? To
leader day one's 29.
29. Alrighty, yep. 29.
Cool. I'm gonna go. My top English player is going to be Matt Fitzpatrick, $5.50.
$5.50 for top English at Matty Fitz.
Yep.
At $5.50.
T10, I'm going to go Morikawa. Hopefully he turns up this week. That'll be great. $3.75.
You love
Morikawa, I told you guys last week he wasn't showing up. He said that in his interview.
Would you say $3?
It's just $3.75.
$3.75?
Yeah, and then we're going to go T20. I'm going to go Wyndham Clark, and he's $3.
After you've just said how he doesn't suit this kind of play?
I didn't think I said that, but that's fine. Yes.
You definitely didn't say that, but that's fine.
All right. Cameron Young is $2.40 to miss the cut. So
lock him in, Eddie.
A safe little bit there. All right. Shanky, what do you got?
All right. I'll do bottom to top, similar to Hayden. I'll start with to miss the cut. This is a big call. I don't want it to happen, but I have a feeling it will happen. To miss the cut, Max Homa.
Max Homa. Alrighty. I actually like that.
What do you want the odds? You want me to give you the odds?
No, I don't have them.
They're 100 to 1.
Sure.
Righto.
And what do you got? What do you got after day one?
Leader after day one. I got Victor Hovland.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Victor Hovland. Top 20. I got Adam Schenk.
Adam Schenk. You've made many of him before.
He's a sneaky guy. He's a sneaky, consistent shanker.
He is.
Top 10. I got Minwoo Lee in there. Just always,
Lee.
he's always this is his kind of course. He's just a guy who can sneak into the top 10, I think, fairly easily, especially on the last day.
I like it. And yep, your other ones?
Top English. Do I need to say it?
Fleetwood Mac.
It's just I have to support him now, because if I don't support him and he wins, I will hate myself, right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
For the
and then
record, I wanted to pick him, but I knew that you'd have to, so I was like, you know what, Fitz.
we can share the love. That's fine.
No, he looked weak on the range, so no.
He never looks weak. He's got that side bend. He looks good. Sorry, before I give you my outright. Day one of the Scottish Open, how good did Tommy Fleetwood look in his
I
getup?
think he looked like a bit of a dick, to be honest.
He looked like he was going to a disco.
He looked like he was ready
He's
for
totally
some
good.
80s TV show. I loved it.
Yeah.
The announcers were saying the whole time his hair was cheating because it was giving away the directions of the wind and stuff like that. It's great.
I love it.
Outright,
There you
I'll
go.
stick with my previous prediction, Brooks.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to be a good ball striker. Brooks is an excellent ball striker.
It is. Awesome. I like it. All right. Now, for me, I'm going to go with my outright winner. Sticking to the original one, Mr. Rory McIlroy. I think he's obviously he's in form. He's a favorite at $8. Can't go past him. I said from the beginning of the season that he was going to win the Open, and I'm sticking to my guns there. Then we've got top English. It's not really a huge surprise for me.
Tyrrell
It's gonna
Hatton.
be Mr. Tyrrell Hatton. There you
I
go.
knew it.
It's going to be Hatton versus Fleetwood, and Hatton's paying $2. So not too bad there. For your information, Fleetwood is paying $2.10. The top English. Then sorry, that was top 20. Sorry, I've made a mistake there. That's going to be top 20. My top 20 bet also is going to be Hatton. So Hatton for T20 and for top English. He's $2 for T20. My top 10, I need to make some money because I'm losing. It's going to be one Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty doesn't ever finish less than 10th.
I'm hoping he'll win me a cool $7.30 off the back of that.
You're losing money off that bet.
No, I'll win money. I'll win money. Leader after day one, right? I know a guy who's really good at leading from the beginning and just falling off at the end. It's one Taylor Gooch. Me.
Oh, I don't know how he'll be in links golf, man.
He's paying $81, so all I need is for him to, if he does it,
just accidentally be good.
I was looking at the bottom of the board and I was thinking, who could accidentally win this? Hatton's paying $4, by the way, to be the top English player, and Fleetwood is $3.75. He's actually the favorite, Fleetwood.
Yeah, people love him.
Now, to miss the cut is a bit of a bold strategy, but I've just got a feeling that Mr. John Rahm is going to miss the cut.
I had a feeling that you were going to pick him, actually.
Yeah, John Rahm to miss the cut at $5.20. Something about him, he's just been off the radar. He hasn't been performing as well since he won a few at the beginning of the season, and maybe hopefully for me, it's just not as weak. But there you go. There's the bets for the week for the Open.
I have my odds here if you want them now, or you can have them after.
Go for it. Shoot. What do you got?
Brooks is 23, Minwoo Lee's 6, Shank is 8, Hovland's 31. I don't have the to miss the cut because that was a last second one. But yeah, I think those are good picks. I think those are great picks, actually. I don't see anything wrong with anyone's list. I could have easily picked the same as you guys did.
Yeah,
except for Dan.
So Cam heavy is Cam has literally said to the media, I've already told my mates we're going to be drinking out the jug again next week.
Which just means absolutely nothing to me.
Man,
it's just like someone saying something.
I love it. And it's like the greens are ridiculous, and he's the best putter. So just
he is the best putter.
By the way, to miss the cut, $2.70. You know what I thought was interesting actually when I'm looking at it now? Rory McIlroy is paying more to miss the cut than he is to win outright. So
I think it would
you've got-
need like a massive meltdown. Like I mean, you're basically saying like to finish half of the bottom or to be the best,
the best out of everyone.
But
Yeah.
like, I think he's actually got more of a chance of winning it than missing a cut.
Well, he does apparently. He's $8 to win it and $8.75 to miss the cut.
Yeah, it's just like
I thought that was an interesting thing to note there. Scotty Scheffler is the only. Even Scotty Scheffler is $6.75 to miss and $8.50 to win. So he's the only person that they think is more likely to win the whole thing than to miss the cut.
yeah.
I'd like to know how many times Roy's missed the cut this year. I reckon he's missed. I think he's missed one.
In PGA
I don't know if he's
events or in all events, because you could see that pretty quickly.
All events.
What did he miss? Like, was it the US Open?
He missed the Masters.
The Masters, yeah.
Yeah. So I knew he missed one, but I wasn't sure if he's missed more than that in the regular season. That's not a
I
major.
don't think he wouldn't have missed much in the DP. So, well, no, that's his whole career. So that's not just this year. In his career, he's only missed 30 cuts out of 234 events.
You could say he missed. You could say he missed the cut in the next event, but because he just didn't go, just decided not to go and didn't tell anyone. But yeah, look, I think, I mean, yeah, I can't see Rory missing the cut at this point. I think these are all great bets. The only one I would say, out of all of these, yeah, Scotty's got to be the safest bet in the top 10. Like, the guy's just a solid player. But I don't know how he plays links golf. He could be absolutely atrocious.
He came third this week, so
yeah.
And I think he was but he was like higher, but he bogeyed his 18th because he can't putt.
He still can't putt. It's so strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I look at those bets, I think that obviously Scotty's the safest bet out of those. I think your guys' miscut bets are not safe, but they're definitely not super risky. The leader after day one's interesting. Adam Schenk top 20 is probably pretty risky as well, like that. Otherwise, I think it's all pretty consistent. There should be hopefully a couple wins in there, a couple of close calls.
Yeah. And hopefully in the very near future, we can start putting Zach Maxwell on this list every now and then.
To win the Open.
Yep.
That'd be good.
Well, I'd probably start him with the top 20.
That's right.
And on that, I think these are great bets, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I think outside the Masters, this is my favorite major. I'm not a huge fan of the PGA Championship, and the US Open for me is like hit or miss. But these two are always solid. These two are always great events to watch.
We get to watch so much of it. It's so friendly to our time zone. It's
that too.
Really looking forward to it, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, on that, let's get to the Holin Out segment of the show. I know Danny Bidness has one ready to go, so maybe we'll start with you.
Yeah, look, this week I'm holding out on just people who really love what they do. And what I did today was I've been going to a certain barbershop for a while now, and they started off quite good. They'd give you a beard, they'd give you good haircut. And after a while, it sort of felt like I was just going in there, getting a haircut and leaving, with no sort of care being taken. So I decided to go and try somewhere new, Babylon in Nunda, and I had to book an appointment, which isn't usual for a barbershop. Walked in there, and the guy was super friendly, and he just had a really good conversation. He actually looked at my head and told me what haircut would actually match my head and what he should do, what my previous barber had done wrong, which I thought was great. He then proceeded to wash my hair, which a lot of barbers don't do. You know, I know, Simon, you like your scalp massage and your hair wash when you go to your salon to get yours
Don't even
done.
need my haircut if they do that.
Yeah, that's right. And he did this to me. And then what he did was he noticed that I had a bit of a few longer nose hairs, and he offered me a oh, why can I not see this? He offered me a nose wax. So I've got a picture here, which I'm going to share. Tell me if you can see this. This is me. Oh, hold on. Did that just stop sharing?
You did stop sharing it, but I saw it.
Here we go.
You look like you stuck your ice cream up your nose.
Yeah. So he just jammed these things straight up the nostrils while I'm lying there after getting my hair cut. And he ripped them out with some force. He was like one of us trying to rip a drive. He ripped it out. And it did not hurt at all, actually. It felt really good, and I could breathe very clearly after.
You look like you're on like an operating table.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he didn't want to get the wax on my beard, so I had to cover it with a tissue, right? So he thought of everything.
You look like you were
Um,
playing with your toys and got them stuck up your nose.
and he
Like-
ripped them out, and yeah, the nose is clear this afternoon. Then he went on and obviously did the haircut and did a good job, and he told me I needed to be more square than round because of the shape of my face. Then he put a steam machine right in front of my face as he trimmed my beard, and he proceeded to moisturize my face, tell me all this other stuff, and it was just fantastic. And he just told me that this is the price. It was only $15 more than my regular haircut. And he said, look, if you book an appointment with me for half an hour, you get half an hour of whatever I have to offer, basically. So it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Interesting date.
Yeah.
I
Did
enjoy
you do this in a back alley, or is this just
No. Look, I really enjoy it. And because I manage a team, I enjoy it when people enjoy what they do and put a lot of effort in, and they do the small things that other people might not do, right? So offering a nose wax is one of those things, and giving me a little bit of a steam machine to the face was another thing I hadn't experienced. It was quite strange. It was like I was at the dentist office. I didn't know what was about to happen, but it was very soothing, and I left there feeling fantastic. So yeah, that's what I'm holding out on, is people who care about their jobs and do a good job.
Yeah. People? Yeah. So that sounded like a a great half hour of your time.
It was very good for only $15 extra.
Was this like at the very end? He's like, in some massage parlors, there's a little extra you can pay at the end for a bit of something more. Or?
No, man, he
I
knew
love the
exactly what he was
tiptoeing.
doing.
It's so good.
He showed me his products that he wanted me to buy, and he told me what I should use for my hair. And he even said, working from home, you're not going to use your product as much. You need product that's going to last longer on the shelf. So just all around good bloke.
Well, love to hear it. That's a good holding out. Hayden High Teas, what do you got for us?
Wow, that's really hard to back up against that one. I'm gonna go baths.
Oh, don't go baths.
Love it. I've just started to to have them again after golf, because I'm old and my body hurts. But I had a bath the other weekend after golf, a really hard, I played the pro-am and I was, half drunk too. And just, Cassandra's got candles, that lit some candles, some magnesium salts. It was just good, got home, put the footy on, sat in the bath for a couple of hours and drank beer.
The only reason I said don't go baths.
Are they regular salts, or are they scented, or what are we talking? Are you trying to relax? Are you trying to
so I put magnesium salts in, and then she came and threw this bubble bath thing in.
Epsom.
Yeah, whatever, Epsom salts.
Yeah.
And then she threw a bubble bath in too, and I smelled good. It was cool. It was just chill. And everyone seemed to get the memo just to leave me alone. It was great without having to say it.
That literally, the reason I said baths is because I was actually gonna go baths. So I'll just give me a minute. I'll think of something else. But baths is fantastic for those of you who don't bathe. I've actually read books on this. It's so good for you to relieve stress. And really good for kids as well if you put them in a hot bath to relieve stress, because a lot of kids build up anxiety and stuff. So they're good for everyone. Great.
Can I tell you what I did as soon as I got home after getting my nose waxed? I ran a bath.
Okay.
So I thought, why not? I was like, I've already relaxed. Why not go full 100, Ran a bath, played a game of TFT, and then I was good to go for the rest of the day.
Nice. Very nice. On that, so I won't go baths, but I will touch on something that Hayden actually just briefly touched on. And this is a bit of a two-way holding out. There was an experience I had recently that I didn't enjoy because I wanted something, but alone, solitude, quiet time where no one's talking to you, no one's bothering you, just the time to be in your own head for a minute and just think things out and not have to worry about anything. For me, that was meant to be out on the golf course. And unfortunately, I got paired with someone who, no matter what I did, I literally was walking away from them. They would come back up to me and tell me another of their life experiences that I didn't ask to listen to. And, great person, really good guy, nothing wrong with him at all. I just didn't want to talk. And he told me something like he was diagnosed with something. So I felt really bad telling him not to talk to me. So I didn't. But unfortunately, like at that time, the whole purpose of me being out there playing golf was just I didn't want to be around anyone. I just wanted to be by myself. I had, really busy week at work. I just wanted to take time just to focus on a bit of me. And unfortunately, I had to basically humor these guys' stories for 4.5 hours. So, but I do really like the time I did get to spend just kind of over the ball when he wasn't bothering me. So that was nice.
I had a
like
bit
to
of
do
that
with
today,
my
bro.
buddy.
Like with the new carts at my course, they've got like you can Bluetooth your phone to them and play Spotify through the golf cart.
Oh, cool.
And like I played with two guys who were better than me, which made me play better. But I just had my music and I just was with myself in the golf cart and thinking about the shot. And I know what you mean. Like it was like a 3.5 hours worth of like just almost meditative state kind of thing, just doing your own thing. My phone didn't ring. I didn't get any emails. I get it. Yeah.
No, I can appreciate some solitude. As much as I love being with friends and family, I think everyone appreciates a little bit of, just time to breathe. Really, that's what I think it is. But yeah, boys, great episode, great holdouts, great picks. I'm really excited to talk next week and do a summary of the major. And looking forward to we'll probably have a couple beers this weekend watching it ourselves. So looking forward to it.
Working on our next interview.
Working on the next interview. All right.
Got someone lined up.
Sounds good, boys. All right.
See ya.
See ya next time.